We're at this stage in the cycle where your feed is currently split between this and this. You're looking for some clarity in this cesspit of degeneracy where influencers are dunking on your heads every single day with a new pump.fun rug pull. Is this a top signal? Let's analyze the bull and the bear, and I'll be showing you which side I'm putting my money on. Now, I'm sure for a lot of you newer guys, this is terrifying. You're seeing crazy thumbnails, extreme fear, dumb money influencers shilling their pump.fun rug pulls, and even rumors circulating of Donald Trump launching his own meme coin on Solana. And then you see charts like this circulating on your Twitter, and you start to think to yourself, fuck, was this the top? Now, I'm going to be honest with you, I came from traditional finance back in 2016, and if this was TradFi and I didn't know crypto and I didn't know the cycles, I'd look at this chart, I'd look at the influx of degeneracy, and probably agree that coming down to 40,000 could definitely be extremely likely just from this charting perspective. Hey, maybe as we've triple topped, we just need to cool down and come back down to, what, 58,000? What if we go lower? Can I stomach that loss? Maybe I should sell now and buy back at 40,000? This is currently the retail mindset. We do this every single cycle, and later on I'll show you why this is historically the worst time to sell. While most of crypto Twitter and crypto YouTube is crying about this discount, I'm putting my money where my mouth is. I'm buying more of my favorite coins and tokens. That means more Solana. That means more ore supply. Guys, I'm going to share an important quote and story with you in just 1 second. But first of all, let's look at the charts because I do see where the bears are coming from. The bearish narrative is this. We've had a decent run up from round about 15k all the way up to 73k with not too much of a cooldown. We've been struggling to get above this previous all-time high, and with the peak kind of greed euphoria that we've seen around celebrity meme coins, a lot of people are saying this is the top, and from a charting perspective it makes sense to come back down to this big macro trend line, meaning Bitcoin could come down to round about $40,000. There is also the case on the weekly time frame that we are struggling to come back up to this big macro trend line in which we initiated the double top all-time high of the previous 2021 cycle. We've hit our head against this, come back up to the upside, and made a lower high. And it looks like just from this one chart alone, this could be a M pattern pulling us back to around about 60,000, a big number which I'm seeing everywhere on crypto Twitter. And in the much lower time frames, there's a lot of confluence looking round about 60,000 right here. But here's why it may not happen exactly as the bears are expecting, guys. Let's just start off on this chart before we talk about the story. When we're looking at this chart on the 2-day time frame, in my opinion, this consolidation that for some reason everyone is absolutely freaking out about right now, this looks exactly like this accumulation that we saw back in late 2023. We saw from the low a nice rise up to the upside. We found a yearly top, then we made a descending channel, we found support at a higher low, and then we pushed back up to the top of the range, and we got rejected and we moved back down to the downside. At this point, we fell down pretty quickly with a very, very nasty array of red candles, and everyone was saying it's over. Everyone was not happy about having to wait just another 2 or 3 weeks or so while we find one final accumulation range before that inevitable green candle taking us back above the range highs, quickly changing bearish sentiment into bullish sentiment. And then of course the rest is history. We pushed up to new yearly highs, and then just like this fractal, we have a nice run up into an accumulation range after finding the yearly high. We come down and we find support at a much higher macro low than the previous low. We find the floor, we break to the upside of this descending channel, we come back up from the breakout, we hit the top of this trend line one more time, not quite ready to break it yet. We push down to the downside right now, right here. We're seeing the same it's over type scenario from the bears, and then at some point soon we'll probably reverse. But in my opinion, and from looking at my Twitter space, there's more bears than bulls right now, and there's a lot of people calling for 60,000, which is why it just may not happen altogether. If everyone's looking at the same price target, it's probably not going to happen. In my opinion, this very timid price action, being down approximately 9% in the past few weeks or so, literally only down 11.3% from the new all-time high, this sums it up perfectly. Here's the sentiment check. We've been soaring into new all-time highs, we're down 11% from the all-time high, and most of you are just being impatient pussies. That's just what it is. And then let's address probably the biggest thing on a lot of people's minds right now. This retarded narrative of influencers pump.funning you and rugging you. Is this a top signal? Let's look back a few cycles ago. Every single cycle, there's a new stupid narrative, and they're not always exactly correlated to the tops. 2017, well, just following 2017, it was coming into DeFi season. In 2017, smart contracts were developed on Ethereum, and this led to the DeFi narrative. This was literally my least favorite narrative, mainly because 99% of the stuff launched wasn't even decentralized, it was garbage. It led to stuff like metaverses with the top 10 projects generating almost $2 billion in land sales. And when I say land sales, I literally mean people paying millions of dollars for a picture of some cartoon land. That is the first major retarded meta that we saw. Then we come into 2020, and this was the NFT season. Now, this was probably my favorite stupid meta. This was really kickstarted by Solana NFTs, and namely the Degen Ape Academy. I'm probably biased to this meta because it's the thing that I made the most amount of money on. But the thing is, back in 2020, there weren't really any meme coins whatsoever on Solana. So if you wanted to be a degen, you were doing it by buying NFTs. At the peak of this narrative, you saw stupid stuff like this. NFTs of rocks selling for $1.8 million. I still like NFTs. My YouTube profile pic's an NFT. My X profile pic are Solana NFTs. And I still mint some new projects which I think the art is really cool on. But anyway, NFTs have mostly died out at this point, and this was really just the big stupid meta of 2020. And now we come into 2024, celebrity meme coins. What I didn't tell you about the previous two metas is they normally last around about 1 year's time in the parabola phase of the cycle. And this pump.fun celebrity meme coin meta has been going on for probably about 2 months. So look out for something extra stupid to mark the top, like, I don't know, the Biden campaign launching a meme coin, Drake launching a meme coin, your dad asking you how to make a meme coin of himself on pump.fun. What I'm really highlighting is every single cycle, we've got a new dumbass meta, which makes almost 0 sense. It persists for around about a year, and then in the next cycle, it gets dropped for something new. Basically, what I'm trying to say is every single cycle, there's a new stupid meta. And don't try and overcomplicate things. I posted this over on X. The lower the IQ you have, the better you'll do in crypto. The more you try and overcomplicate things, the worse off you'll be. For example, if you say, I don't know how to trade, let me just stake my Solana, and what's the most popular meme coin on Solana? Oh, it's Bonk, let me just buy that because it's got the highest market cap. By just doing some basic stuff like this, you'll probably outperform 99% of the market. Once you start doing all that extra stuff, pump.funning, following celebrity meme coin metas, looking for the next big thing, more often than not, you're probably just going to end up losing money. So let me wrap this video up nice and simple on why I'm currently bullish and you should ignore the noise. In the past year, we've seen a lot of retail demand, we've seen new institutional demand, and in the past few months now, we've seen ETF demand with, for example, just the ETFs accumulating so far about $15 billion worth of BTC, and the cumulative ETF flows almost at new all-time highs. Pair that with the halving, less supply, more demand. There's a more complex version here, but to keep it simple, M2 money supply is expanding, it's going up. On the bullish charts, in the macro, on the monthly, on the log scale, these are the logarithmic growth bands which I've drawn on my chart. Every single time Bitcoin breaks above its previous all-time high, it takes approximately 10 to 12 months for it to blast up to the upside and find a new all-time high. Cycle tops have always been in November or December. November this year, maybe it'll be December. This is really not too far away. Also in the macro, we've just seen a halving. Imagine selling right now when we're retesting the previous all-time highs, because you're looking at this level and you're saying, hey, we've been accumulating for the past 100 days or so. I'm getting bored after the halving, so I'm going to sell. That would be like selling in this multi-month accumulation phase just after the halving in 2020. This would be like selling in the multi-month accumulation phase just prior to and after the 2016 halving as well. And to top things off, we consolidate at different times in different cycles depending on what we're doing. For example, back in 2013, after breaking that all-time high, we pretty much went up in a straight line, and then we decided we needed to have that consolidation phase for about 6 months. In the 2017 cycle, it was a bit different. If we come over to the weekly time frame, it will actually show the length of these a little bit longer, but you can see we had about a 2-month phase here where we were having an accumulation. We pushed up to a new high, had another 1 or 2 month phase of accumulation before pushing up into a new all-time high. In the 2020 bull run, we had an accumulation phase for over a year, paired with a black swan event. So as soon as we got above that all-time high, we pretty much went up in a straight line. But then we had another accumulation phase for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 months before finally topping out at a new all-time high. So once again, check the sentiment. Don't be an impatient pussy. We'll have that pump at some point soon, whether your bags are packed or not. And if we hop into the lower time frames to wrap off this video, it's not even looking all that bad. What did I say we were down from the all-time high? We're currently down 11.5%, and in the past week or so, we are down not even 10% at this moment in time. And you can see we've had a nice move to the upside, and we're currently forming a descending triangle or a descending wedge depending on when the apex is. This is typically formed after a bullish impulse to the upside. Then you have a correctory move to the downside, making a higher low before breaking out and continuing the bullish pattern to the upside. This is a bullish continuation pattern. And also, if we're getting rid of this as well, what you can see if we zoom out to say the daily time frame is you can see a shoulder, a head, and another shoulder. This is a inverse head and shoulders, guys. There's so many reasons to be bullish right now. I honestly do not know why 99% of my Twitter and YouTube recommendations right now are just people absolutely freaking out like these guys. And the same thing for Solana. Do you really want to sell when we're back testing literally the most important level as support before we push up to new all-time highs? This is the most important place to flip as support. If we get this as support, there's literally nothing in the way of us hitting new all-time highs. Anyway, that's all I've got for this video. If you enjoyed, smash like on the way out. Be sure to follow me over on Twitter at 618_cowboy, and come and join the Discord. The invites to that will be down below in the description. Our last trade, the Discord got stopped out in 150% profit. If you want to be there waiting for the next time that I'm ready to long Bitcoin, when I'm a little bit more confident that we'll be going up in the immediate short term, then be sure to come and join. Get this to 100 likes. See you in the next one. I'm out. Peace.